Hi, I'm Brittany Baker, and I will be teaching 2-day 3s at Greenbrier Manor this year. A little bit about me. I have been at Greenbrier Manor now. This will be my 6th year. I was an aide for the first 2 years, and then I moved on to teaching 5-day 3s. I've been there for 3 years, going to, I will not be teaching 5-day 3s this year. I will be teaching 2-day 3s. I have 4 kids of my own. They are going into 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th grades. They started, my oldest actually started at Greenbrier Manor 10 years ago, which is crazy. It does go really fast, like they tell you. I will be virtually instructing them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I will be at school. I'm not sure who was able to take a tour before the school shut down, but a little bit about our curriculum. Each month, each class, each 3s, 4s, pre-K, kindergarten, we all have our own unit that we focus on. For September, the 3s focus on colors and shapes. All of our papers will focus on the front on a pattern relating to shapes, or this is a circle, color it blue. This is a triangle, color the triangle orange. So all of the fronts of the papers will be the same. The backs I will individualize for each child. So it will take a little bit for me to learn what each kid knows and where they're comfortable, whether they know all their shapes, they know all their colors, they're ready to move on to ABCs, maybe they know all their ABCs. It takes a little bit for me to sit down and for us to get comfortable with each other for that to happen. But by the end of September, you'll typically know that I am right with your kid on where they are in terms of what they know. And you'll start to see that reflected a little bit more in their paper. We will have art projects, and we will have papers, and my aide, Miss Florabelle, and I, we have worked together before when my last aide, Miss Monica, was on maternity leave. So Florabelle and I are very comfortable together, and I think that we are going to be able to have a lot of fun in the classroom and also get a lot of work done with the kids. If you look at the classroom on the tour that I'm going to send, you'll see that we have some tape on the tables. That's going to allow the kids to be spaced out a little bit while they're playing. There's also hula hoops on the floor that will help them space out a little bit on the floor. I've always been a teacher that believed in stations and giving everybody a chance to play. So it's just a little bit more heightened this year. For example, everybody always loves the dollhouse. So I usually have to kind of cycle the kids through there anyway, just in regular classroom management. So it will be a little bit more like that this year in our class. Backpacks. I prefer a bigger one if you can have one, because their folder is going to have to fit inside. That'll be the primary way that we send their work home. If you don't see any work in their folder that day, it's just because we worked on an art project and it's drying, and it will come home the next day. Also, any coats that they're going to wear are going to be in there during the day. We don't hang them up. We put everything in their backpack, and a change of clothes is very important. I usually suggest top to bottom change, even shoes if you have them, because sometimes accidents are totally typical for 3-year-olds, and they're not always comfortable, especially if they get wet shoes. They don't love that. We'll call you if they're uncomfortable or they need something like that, but just if you're able to put a whole change of clothes in there, that's what's best for them. We also have our app that we're going to be able to use. So if you ever have any questions, you can post them there. Feel free to text me at the number that I sent the initial link out to. I'm available almost all the time. I'm going to be home with my kids teaching them, or I'm sitting at a baseball or softball field with them. One thing that I am really passionate about as a teacher with the little ones, because I've seen it kind of change over the last 10 years, is fine motor and getting their hands moving. The best thing that you can do is have them do a lot of coloring at home, That's really great for it. You can start with the bigger crayons and then just work our way down to small. One thing that they really do improve tremendously on, I know we all kind of want them to know their shapes and want them to know their colors and their letters, but our level of instruction at Greenbrier Manor is all of your alphabet and being able to replicate them and write them before you move to a phonics book. And sometimes that's a hang up for them. So anything that we can do to get their hand strength going is really important. Play-Doh is also really great for that. I was never a fan of Play-Doh at my house. We will have it at school. They will each have their own individual Play-Doh in a bag that they'll be able to play with, so everybody won't be touching the same Play-Doh. But getting in there and kind of scrunching it up is really great for their fine motor. Making snakes out of the Play-Doh, anything that they can do is really great for strengthening their hands. Outside. We will be going outside. I love outside. If it's really hot, it'll be like 10 minutes. If it's really cold, 42 degrees I think is our cutoff, we will still go outside for a little bit. So hats, coats, mittens, gloves, all of it can go in their backpack. We don't take it out. We hang it up individually. But I'm a firm believer in outside, letting them run their sillies out, letting them get out all their energy, and letting them just kind of play imaginatively on the playground is really great. They come up with a lot of fun things for them to do without, us even having to intervene. They just love to play games with each other. And it's a really great time for them, especially like in the sand or on the slides or running in the grass. We have soccer balls and they'll go out there and kick them. We don't have anyone staying for lunch. Everyone is carpool, so we'll be at school 8:30 to 11:45. The first day folder that is going to come home, you will have a white piece of paper that's going to have your child's name on it. When you get to school, that's how one of the ways we'll be able to differentiate whose card is whose. So if you want, you can just put it in the passenger window. Sometimes you can flip out the visor and put the paper in the mirror, like flip it down and it sticks, and then push the visor all the way over, and we can see it that way as well, so that we can get the children to you at the end of the day. Pencil boxes, we are going to have those this year, individual pencil boxes for each kid. The easiest thing would be a plastic pencil box that we can open and close and also clean, with a few pencils, crayons, child scissors, and a glue stick inside. We're not really gonna have colored pencils or anything yet, so that's not something we have to worry about stocking in there yet. But each kid will have their own in the classroom, and we'll have them stocked and stacked so that we can clean them at the end of each day, which we'll be cleaning everything at the end of every day before we leave, and also at the beginning of the day when we get there. We're going to be focusing on hand washing. It will be another thing that we primarily focus on in September, is just coming in the classroom and washing your hands as soon as you get there. It's going to be important this school year especially, and it's also a good habit for them to have anyway. Again, if you have any questions, just text me, call me, leave me a message on the app, and I will be happy to answer it at any time. This is a little weird because usually I'm at open house and we're talking face to face and I'm down on the floor talking to the children, but it's not happening this year. But I do look forward to meeting everybody on Tuesday, and I will be using the app to post pictures of the children and our day in the classroom, and I can't wait to see them all. Bye.